Hey dreamer, sit back and relax. I'll take you to your next dream. Strumming the pen with his finger, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. Baby, I'm home. Baby? Sweetie, where are you? Ah, there you are. I've been looking for you. Yeah, just got home. Quite a day at work, too. How was your day? Wait. You look different. You don't look so good. No, really. Hey. Look at me. Let me see you properly. You look a bit flushed. No. You're hiding something, aren't you? Hey, come here. Shh, come here. Stop struggling. Hey. Baby. Look at you. You're sweating all over. Look at this. You're even sweating from your eyebrows. Hey. Oh. Damn. You're hot to the touch. How long have you been feeling this way? Since noon? And you didn't tell me about it. You didn't even give me a text. Is that it? Are you just gonna ignore me like this? You're just gonna be sick and not tell me about it? Is that what you want? Baby, what did we talk about? If you're feeling unwell, you should tell me. Send me a text. I'll come over right away. And don't hold it in just like this. I know how much you hate the doctors, but seriously, it's extremely childish at this point. Hey, look at me when I'm talking to you. All this, all the things that we talk about, and all the rules, it's for your own good. If you're sick, you need to check yourself and go to the doctor. Or at least if you are sick and you don't want to go to the doctor, you should rest. Don't do whatever it is you're doing. Stop. You know that I can go home anytime, right? Don't worry about my work. Got lots of people who can do my work too, right? What's important is that you baby, you're taken care of. Well, anyway, what's done is done. I don't want to fuss over it anymore. So, now we just have to take care of you. Okay. Take off your clothes. I said, take off your clothes. Sweetie, they're all sweating. And if you don't change them, your fever's just gonna go up. You'll get cold. And we don't want that. I'll get you some fresh clothes. Okay. So, when I get back, those clothes better be off. Otherwise, I'll be taking them off. And I won't be gentle about it. Do you understand? Good. Let me get your clothes. Alright, I got you. Here are some of your baggy clothes. Not those skin-tight ones that you were wearing. Baby, what did I say? I said, clothes off. Why are you still wearing them? Sweetie, seriously, are you doing this to mess with me? Because it's not funny. Alright. Since you insist on being a brat, then I'll be taking those clothes off you myself. Turn around. Turn around, baby. Seriously, you're soaking wet. You can practically wring out your sweat from that. Why do you like being all sweaty like this, baby? And here's a towel. Go wipe yourself clean. Alright, now, the pants. Oh. So now all of a sudden, you want to do it yourself, huh? Well, you made me start this. So I'm gonna finish it. God. Why are your pants so tight, baby? Damn, they're so hard to remove. What's with you with all these skin-tight fashion? Seriously. Alright, one leg up. Now your right leg. Up. Alright, the other leg. Alright. Now put on these clothes. Sweetie, I'm not gonna ask twice. Put them on. Good girl. See, that wasn't so hard, was it? And see, it's much more breathable. Alright. Now you get your sick ass into bed. I'll clean up over here. Here's a thermometer. I want you to go check your temperature with it. You know how this works, right? Put it between your armpits. Just like that. Good girl. Alright. Just have to wait a minute. How are you feeling? Seriously, you're so childish, you know that. Are you purposely doing all this so just you can get my attention? Honestly, if the answer is yes, that's so you. You just love to annoy me so much, don't you, baby? Well, what am I gonna do? That's my baby after all. And besides, I kind of find that a bit cute. Just a bit, though. What's the temperature? 38 degrees Celsius. That's not good. Wait, what? In Fahrenheit? It's 100.4 Fahrenheit, baby. That's a high fever. We gotta get that fever down somehow. I'm gonna give you some medicine, okay? No. Honey, I know how bitter the medicine is, but it's for your own good. I'll give you tablets, so you don't have to taste anything really. You just have to swallow it in one gulp, okay? I'll bring lots of water as well, so you can just use that whole water to distract you from the tablet. Okay? Tell you what, if you drink the medicine, I'll accompany you all night. We can do whatever you want, okay? As long as it's nothing tiring, because you do need to rest. What was that? Bedtime story. I guess I could do that, yeah. Alright. You drink the medicine, and I'll read you as many bedtime stories as you want. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna tuck you in. Good. I'll be right back. Okay. So here's your medicine. Here's your water. One gulp. Here, drink it up. Good. See? That wasn't so bad, right? Alright. You lie down. I'm here to serve. What bedtime story do you want me to tell you today? Any? Alright. Let me see. One That's a good one. Okay. The ugly duckling. Do you want that? Okay. Alright. Sounds good. You're tucked in tight. Okay. On a farm long ago, a mama duck sat on her nest. "How long must I wait for my babies to hatch?" she said. "I have to sit here all alone, and no one comes to visit me." But what could she do? A mama duck must keep her eggs warm till they hatch. At last, the eggs began to crack. One by one, yellow ducklings stepped out of their shells. They shook their wings and said, "Quack, quack." "Look at all of you," said Mama Duck with joy. "You are all so cute." "Quack, quack," they said. Mama Duck said, "Come and line up. We will go down to the lake for your very first swim." She counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. "Oh dear," she said. "I should have 6 ducklings." But one large egg was still in the nest. "Well," said Mama Duck, "it looks like that big egg will take more time." So she had to go sit on her nest again and wait some more. The next day, the big egg started to hatch. Out came a baby boy bird. But if one may say so, it was an odd-looking thing. This bird was much bigger than the others. He was not yellow at all. He was dark gray from his head to his feet, and he walked with a funny wobble. One of the yellow ducklings pointed. "What is that?" "He cannot be one of us." "I have never seen such an ugly duckling," said another. "How can you say such a thing?" said Mama Duck in a stern voice. "You are only 1 day old. Your brother hatched from the very same nest as you did. Now line up. We will go to the lake for your very first swim." Yet the other ducklings quacked. "Ugly, ugly, ugly." The ugly duckling did not know why the other ducklings were yelling at him. He took the last spot in line. Each yellow duck jumped in the river and swam behind Mama Duck. When it was his turn, the ugly duckling jumped in and started to paddle too. "At least he can swim," Mama Duck said to herself. When they left the water and started to play, the ugly duckling tried to play with his brothers and sisters too. They yelled, "Go away, we will not play with you. You are ugly, and you walk weird too." When Mama Duck was close by, she would not let them talk in this way. "Be nice," she would scold, but she was not always close by. One day, one of the yellow ducklings said to the ugly duckling, "You know what? You would do us a big favor if you just went away from here." All of them started to quack. "Get out, get out, get out." "Why won't they let me stay here?" said the ugly duckling to himself. He hung his head down low. "Ah, they are right. I should go." That night, the ugly duckling flew over the farmyard fence. He flew till he landed on the other side of the lake. There, he met 2 grown-up ducks. "Can I please stay here for a while?" said the ugly duckling. "I have nowhere else to be." "What do we care?" said one of the ducks. "Just don't get in our way." Woof, woof! Suddenly, a big, hungry dog came tearing by, chasing the 2 ducks. They quickly flew up in the air, and their feathers fell down on the ground. The poor ugly duckling froze in fear. The dog sniffed and sniffed at the ugly duckling, then turned away. "I am too ugly even for the big hungry dog to want," said the ugly duckling, with his head hung low. The sky turned dark. Crack! A bolt of lightning. Then came a big storm, with heavy rains pouring down from the sky. In just moments, the ugly duckling was soaked through and through. Then a cold wind started to blow. "Brrr," he said with both wings held close to his chest. "If only there was a place I could get dry." All at once, a tiny light blinked far off in the woods. Could it be someone's hut? He flew to the door. "Quack," said the ugly duckling. The door of the hut creaked open. "What is all this noise?" said an old woman, looking right and left. Her eyes were not that good, and she looked down. "Ah, look at that! It's a duck." She picked up the ugly duckling and dropped him inside her hut. "You can stay here, but only if you lay eggs," she said. A tomcat and hen crept up the ugly duckling. "Who do you think you are, coming in here and taking up room by the fire?" said the tomcat. "Squawk," said the hen. "I do not need anyone else in this hut laying eggs." "Do not worry about that," said the ugly duckling. "I am a boy duck." "Then why are you still here?" said the tomcat. "Did you not hear what the old woman said?" "Get out of here, pretender," clucked the hen. Get out, is the tomcat. The door was still a bit open, so our poor ugly duckling slipped out the door and back into the storm. "No one ever wants me," said the ugly duckling, with a tear in his eye. The storm ended. Soon he found a new lake. Looking into the water, the ugly duckling saw the reflection of a flock of large white birds flying. He looked overhead and could not believe what he saw. There above him were the most beautiful birds he had ever seen. Their long white bodies and slender necks seemed to just glide through the sky. He watched until the very last bird had winged its way out of view. He stayed at the lake all by himself, and time passed. The leaves of the trees turned deep red and gold, and then the leaves fell onto the ground. Winter came, setting a blanket of white snow all over. The cold wind and the dark clouds made the ugly duckling feel even more sad. He had to go into the cold, cold lake to fish. But it was getting harder to swim. The lake was turning into ice. One day, all he could do was to paddle the water to keep it from freezing around him and trapping him in the lake. "I'm so tired," he said, paddling with all his might. The ice got thicker and drew closer to him. In a moment, two giant hands swept him up. "You poor thing," said a farmer. He held the ugly duckling close to his thick wool jacket and took the bird to his home. Never was a warm fireplace more welcome. For the rest of winter, the farmer cared for the ugly duckling. Then spring came. Tips of green covered the trees. Short, bright flowers popped up from the ground. "It is time for you to go to the lake to swim again, as you were born to do," said the farmer. He took the duckling back to the lake where he had found him and set him with care on the water. "Gosh, I feel strong," said the young bird, flapping his wings. "Why, I never felt as strong as I do right now." He heard quiet splashing sounds behind him and turned around. A flock of those same beautiful birds he had seen in the sky before landed behind him on the water. "Do not worry," he said to them, holding out one wing. "I will go now. I would not make trouble for you. A big fat tear rolled down his cheek. He turned to go away. When he opened his eyes, he saw a reflection in the water of one of those beautiful white birds. Why was it so close to him? He jumped back, and the reflection jumped back too. "What is this?" he said. He stretched his neck, and the reflection of the beautiful bird stretched its neck too. "Why are you going so soon?" said one of the beautiful birds. "Stay here with us," said another. "We'll be great friends." Then the bird who used to be the ugly duckling knew what had happened. He was no longer an ugly gray bird that wobbled when it walked. At one moment, all the swans flapped their wings and took off into the sky. "Come with us," one called back. "Take the lead." So he flapped his wings fast and took his place in front of the whole flock. All his new friends flapped their wings behind him. "Say," he said, gliding and dipping through the sky as he sped on. "Who's an ugly duckling now? Surely not I." Yeah. That's some story. I suppose the moral of the story is that we shouldn't judge anyone by their appearance, because an ugly duckling could grow up into one of the most beautiful swans in the world. Sweetie, you're still with me? Look at that. Looks like somebody's asleep already. I swear, baby. Good night. I'll be here if you need me. I hope you have sweet dreams. And I hope